Hey, I'm JD with N.E.X.T RV Life, and welcome to my channel. So today what we're going to see is a little bit of video filmed last year during the COVID times. That's why I'm a little unkept and a little shaggy, I should say, because I didn't want to go out and expose myself or anybody else to anything during these COVID times. So anyhow, that's why I look a little unkept in some ways, but ultimately, I have a philosophy and a belief that the right tool makes the job so much easier and even better. And so I do carry a lot of tools with me, and that causes problems because an RV out of the box really doesn't provide you a place to actually store your tools. So I came up with an idea. Before we see that footage, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. So if, down below you can hit the subscribe button, or if on a smart TV, there should be 3 little dots somewhere over here, and then you can hit those, it'll expand up, and there should be a subscribe button there. And also there's a bell over here somewhere as well. So that bell will notify you when I put out a new video. So I'm trying to get one out once a week, but that's virtually impossible right now. So I'm trying to get one out as quick as I can. So with that, ring the bell and give me a thumbs up, because this is gonna be some good stuff. So with that, go ahead and roll my cheesy intro. Hey, this is JD with JD's N.E.X.T RV Life. This is my motto. This is what I try to live by. N.E.X.T is an acronym that I use. It's new experiences, exciting travels. I'm in an RV. I'm in my office. This is my Grand Design 397TH toy hauler. Normally my motorcycle goes in here when I'm traveling, but when I get to the site and get set up, this becomes my office. I bought this desk. It's a standing sit desk. I bought the frame for the desk, but I built the actual top myself. And I have another woodworking project that I'm going to be starting today. So, as we see, we've got wood all the way up under here. And what I am going to be trying to build today, it is a toolbox that can roll around, and it can be furniture in here. It's going to be almost table height, so I can use it as a side desk here in there, but it's going to keep all my tools in it. It's going to keep my saws, drills, any of my tools that I have, power tools like that. It's also going to house my this is all my junk here. That this is the right now my power station's right here, just stuck somewhere and plugged in. I've got a bunch of different sandpapers and other kinds of junk that are just put into storage units or into containers right now. So hopefully get those guys out. At least some of the tools, some of the sandpapers and glue and things that I really need and use regularly. Those are the things that I'm hoping this will go into. But it's going to clamshell open. It's going to have 8 wheels on the bottom, so it should be able to roll, and it could be a side desk. Could open up and be an L-shaped desk. So that's what I got planned. So let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so making good progress on the shelving unit. So basically, I've got most of the I got all the 10-inch cut. Now I've got the 12-inch boards. I've got a little bit more to do there, but let's just see. The issue is today's Sunday, February 21st, Central Florida here, and it's hot. It's the sun is on the back of my neck, so I actually had to go find some sunscreen and put it on. And I love the smell of sunscreen. It just makes it feel so much more like summer. So anyhow, like I said, making good progress. I'll keep y'all posted. Okay, it's about 3 p.m. It's hot. I've got my sunscreen on, but still feeling it. Basically, I've created the whole box. We'll see if you can see it. Just put the piano hinge on it. Getting ready to put 2 latches on this side. That'll keep it as one big unit. This is the bottom that's up top right now. I'll also put 8 wheels on it, so that each half of the box will have 4 wheels, so it should be able to roll up and be level no matter what I do like that. But I've got to a pretty much major milestone here in the project. So they got the 2 halves together, putting the 2 latches on. I'll put the wheels on it in just a moment, and at that point then we should be able to start adjusting to where I have not put the center shelves in yet, because there's going to be 1 shelf across on each side. Don't necessarily have to be even parallel. They could be adjusted to heights. I just got to put my tools, or my toys, or however you want to say it, put my tools and toys in there, and then we'll know exactly where that shelf goes. So then I'll do that final installment of that shelf. And then after that, do a little quick sand on it and put some kind of either paint, or I think I may stain it the same way that I did this table. It's kind of a charcoal look, like you would normally get if you did a propane burn on wood. So it gives it that kind of look and texture. So I'll see what it looks like with the plywood and the pine. I know it looks great on red oak, but with pine and plywood we'll see. And if that's it, then I'll put some varnish on it after that, and polyurethane, whatever you want to call it, and then we'll get good to go. So I will continue on. Hopefully you've got some more time lapse to look at and give you a better idea of what I'm actually doing. Okay, I got the wheels on, and I've got most of the case built. So one epic failure, but something I can overcome. Basically, when we look at the latches that I put on here, this just closes up like that. Oh, these do no good at all. So, oops. So yeah, that's just useless having those on there. So I'll have to look for something a little more with a latch somehow to connect those two. I didn't want something that came out too much. So I got to figure out my shelving units. Now that I have the wheels on there, it rolls around quite nicely. Again, once I get the latch in there. But one of the other things that was built was, so now my desk, my workbench, and my tool bench are the same size. So I can use that as an extension of my work area. So that was actually done by design. So okay, it's about 3:30, so it's getting a little later in the afternoon. Sunset somewhere around 6:20. So I should have time to do some more work here. So I think I'll probably go ahead and start trying to fit some of the tools in there and figure out how that's going to go. I've got some small wood here to deal with, so that's what I'm actually going to do. So we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Okay, it's the start of a new weekend, so I got a chance to work on my wood project here. Basically, I'm building a rolling storage box for my tools, and it's basically going to work also as getting be a desk while I'm actually in my office space right now. Okay, so last time I basically had laid out how my shelves were going to go, but I couldn't finalize everything because one of the things that I wanted to pick up that I hadn't at the time was this is a 6 battery charger station. So now that I've got it, basically I do have several of these single battery chargers. So I've got one in my truck. I keep one with my power tools, in my impact wrench with my impact tools. Then I keep another one with my Dremel tool. So, you know, I do use them still. They're not wasted, and I keep them dedicated with one battery and the tool. So if I ever need it somewhere, that I can easily charge it up and have it. But now that I have this, then I can do some placement of where everything is going to go. Okay, one of the things that is helpful right now that I'm using is my Ryobi fan here. Hopefully it's not too loud and that you can hear it, but it is nice to have a little breeze going because it's about 85, 87 degrees right here in Florida. And this is end of February, so believe me, I like the heat. I'd rather have the heat than the cold, but yeah, it's a pretty toasty right now. So I was going to roll this out. I got some woodworking that I want to do. I'm going to do sort of round off the edges, and then I want to set the shelves. So then once I do that, then it comes back to just doing some individual tool placement and setting the dividers properly. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. So hopefully we get it done pretty quick. All right, see ya. Well, good morning. It's been a couple of days since I actually been working on my wood project because I still do my standard work for my computer stuff. But we do have the boxes here. I have the box here. Today I have the appropriate hardware so that I can cinch it together. Since I do have to work in an hour here, I'm going to actually go ahead and try to do some routing and clean these grips off a little bit so that it's a little smoother. And then once I get it there, I'd like to also maybe run a little bull nose around the edge just to take the little corners off. So that's what I'm going to do. It's past quiet hours. Hate to do it. The birds are chirping and it's nice and calm, but I need to get some work done before I actually go to work. So gonna go ahead and make some equipment noise. So. Okay, so it got hot, so I came inside and took a break for a little while, just to let things cool down. Did some things inside here. Got the box inside here now, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and do some of the test fitting. I'll go ahead and do the shelves and the dividers and pre-drill some of the things that that way on the back side that I know that I line up properly. So I'll measure from the inside, make marks, drill it from the inside out. That way when I put the screws in from the outside in, I know they line up perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to do all the fittings inside and make sure everything's lined up properly. Then I'll take it outside, cut it to length, and then I will go ahead and do the installs. Once I get everything dry fitted, then I'll actually add some glue to it, screws. I don't think I'm going to brad nail it. I think screws would be easier, more direct way, make sure I hit everything. I don't want any hanging brad nails in there that I can catch later. So anyways, so we're going to continue on. All right, so several weeks ago I completed my, basically what I call my mobile clamshell toolbox. This guy here, and basically, and I'll show this later once it's all painted, but I can set up all my tools in here. I got my saws, I can put my clamps, I can put glue, screws, everything in here, and it clamshells closed. So it works out great. I put all my tools in there and been using it as a desk, but it is time to actually go ahead and put some stain and varnish on it, make it look all pretty, kind of match the rest of the I don't know what we call it, charcoal black interior of the garage space or my office space. So we'll go ahead and get into this. Okay, so I got my toolbox built. Now it is time to actually pack in the tools. So I will pan back a little bit, give you all a little bit better view of the overall mess that we have down here. This is the tool set that I plan on putting in here. So I will open it up and show y'all how it's done. So the majority of my tools are kept actually in my toolbox. There's a few cool tools that I do keep in separate boxes. I've got an impact wrench, and my impact tools are all in the back of my truck because that's where I'm most likely to have an issue needing them immediately, and I would hate for them to be in the RV and need them in the truck. So I keep those in my truck. The air mattress, I keep my air mattresses in my overhead storage. And so normally I'll keep my air pump with them. Since I have bicycle pump already, the only time I really need that air pump is for the air mattresses. So I just keep it there. So, but majority of the other tools I keep right here inside my folding toolbox. And the size of the toolbox was very deliberate. And let me show you one of the cool things that I already used a couple of times, but I have this, I pronounce it Keter, but it's a, basically it's a fold-up workbench. So it's nice and easy for me if I've got a project going on, something simple as cutting something or painting something, or just wanting to be outside and not have to worry about getting my garage messed up. I can take this down on the ground, or I can bring it up here on the deck. Not a seat, no. That's not what it's for. So, that's actually the same size. So, you know, I can have different configurations if I want to keep it as an L. I have easy access to my tools. If I need to go from one to the other, take the first board that I can find here. That gives me a chance to saw it. I can get in this way, do everything I need to. Those are the exact same size. So, that's it. Like I said, if I need to, this extends Just gives me more work area if I need to, but yeah, it just gives me a lot of different options. So again, the design was set with a couple other things in mind as well, so I'll show you that in just a minute. Hey, thanks so much for staying all the way through the video, and because of that, I'm gonna send you $1 million worth of good karma. So look for that coming your way. But I do appreciate you actually staying and watching the entire film, and with that, you'll see, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe, give me the thumbs up, give me some comments, let me know what's going on. So I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing y'all again, and we'll see you next time on Next RV Life.